Welcome back to The Good Talk, the show where we discuss what's hot, what's grot, and everything between in the wide world of Warhammer. We are here on this lovely Thursday evening, very hot Thursday evening in California.
Whew, it apparently was 85 when we were streaming, and like no one said anything. I'm like, I'm dying, but like maybe I'm just like nervous. I don't know.
You were like, we finished. And you're like, oh, is anyone else hot? And we're like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. It's so
yeah,
hot.
I am.
If only we could control that or something. Well, we are here, of course, to talk about a number of things.
Yes.
We have lots of questions from chat. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them on over. We do have the new $10 minimum to have things read out, just because, frankly, we've been here many, many nights past midnight. We do have to be doing work and stuff in the morning, so we're trying to tone it back a little bit, but really, really appreciate the support. With that having been said, before we get to specific questions, we want to talk a bit about what we're working on right now in 10th edition.
Yes.
The game's been out. We have personal projects.
I know, like it's a great time to start. We kind of seen what all the indexes look and feel like, and so it's like a good time to start these projects. I'm super into T-Suns for their depth.
Yeah.
It's like a psychic army, and it's very psychic-y, even though the phase is technically gone. And it's the first Primarch that I'm really playing. So it's like it feels and looks super cool. I'm getting an army done just for this, and it's a John kind of scheme.
Oh, it's 100% a John scheme.
Yeah.
We actually have a picture of this.
Yes.
This is done by Brian Leva, a friend of ours.
Boom.
We've seen some of his work before. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's amazing. I had the option to go with like the candy red, the kind of like the red, but it was kind of tacky, and I haven't really seen it done right.
Yeah.
It's usually very like glossy and things like that. That's like the Horus Heresy scheme.
Yeah.
And then of course there's like the classic baby blue, which is, you see some like blue in there.
A little blue.
But like it's like everyone does that, you know? And yeah, it's the chapter scheme, but I kind of wanted to be like a little extra and do white and like a lot of colors that pop, and the red and pink and blue kind of pop more on that white armor.
So good.
And I just love black and white. Like that's why I'm Ulthway. That's why that's how everything is like this color scheme almost.
That stark contrast.
Yeah, and it looks super cool.
It pops so well.
And the commission artist, the artist, is just really good at this, right? So like it's more of like Brian Leva is really good at this like pink, and also plays Ulthway, and so he's mastered like this kind of black and white scheme. And so with any commission artist, you kind of just pick their strength and you go for it.
You want to lean into what they're good at, because their passion is going to show through, their expertise is going to show through. This is a scheme that's not an easy scheme. I mean, it's white armor, right? That's like known for being difficult.
I know.
But it's also kind of Brian's wheelhouse, so you know it's really cool to see. I love the take on it.
Yes, and I even love the basing. Like it's more of like an earthy, almost like a like parallel to like Mars.
Yeah,
but it's like a clay, and it kind of again contrasting. You brought up contrasting the white and the colors. It's just like the basing that goes well with the colors.
It's so cool.
That pink, I love it
Right?
so much.
Yes, it's so cool. Especially the swirly guy. Like you see, like even like the warp manta ray thingy. Or no, that's a screamer killer, huh? Or not a screamer killer, a screamer.
Yeah, the guy on the right.
Yeah, the
Infernal Master.
Infernal Master.
Yeah, he's got like the little screamers that are like shooting out of the warp.
Yeah.
Which is like, he actually has an attack for that now, right? It's like actually called like a.
It's something, I don't know.
They literally have like a profile now.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And we first saw this when we saw your warlocks and stuff had like this pink energy, and it was like, oh, this is real.
It's good, and then they're like the masters of swirly energy, so it's like great.
Exactly, which also kind of explains like they could be any color you want. They are the master of illusions, swirly energy.
That's true. These guys could be the cabal of illusions.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
So what do we see? This is obviously characters. I like the Horus Heresy era Ahriman body.
So like now it's like a real decision of like. Ahriman on disc, you pay the extra points for movement, and I think the rules are even different too. At least the sorcerer on disc and non-sorcerer on disc, on foot, are real decisions. So Ahriman versus on foot on disc, it actually is a meaningful decision. So I got both done, and I love me some Horus Heresy age models, and I've been reading up a lot on the lore and stuff, and it's so cool.
The Thousand Suns are really great because they're not. Like, they're real characters.
Yes.
They have depth and they have motivation beyond just like, rah, 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 rah.
That's what I'm saying. And like, and also like the characters are very impactful, and they've been around for a very very long time, and it's not like a chapter just about their Primarch. Like, I don't know, like it feels like Sanguinius always takes the spotlight, or Dante, the chapter master.
Careful with your words there.
I know, or like Ultramarines. I don't know. I guess what's another one? You don't see Sevatar anymore, right? So like
exactly. Well, it's always about like Abaddon.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, they're very interesting.
There's actually like a real inner circle of sorcerers, and they all have different ideals, and they've branched off, and not everyone likes Magnus, but they kind of like love him. He's sacrificed a lot, but he's made some mistakes.
Ooh.
And they're kind of following like the mistakes of their father too, so it's like kind of like poetic.
Exactly.
So they're seeing their faults and stuff.
Now,
so
that's a
very
question
cool.
for you, John.
What's up?
Nipple horns or no nipple horns?
We were literally just talking about this. Brian Leva literally messaged me right before the stream started. He's like, you want nipple horns?
He wants nipple horns, Brian. Give him nipple horns.
No. I want pecs.
Ah. Pecs, but no nipple horns. Huh?
Yeah, and then there's also other options, like there's weapon options, and then there's 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 a leg armor, and no leg armor. So I guess if he doesn't have leg armor or nipple horns, he's just straight up naked.
Right.
What's under
Well, but here's the thing: if you do the top armor but not the leg armor, then you're just Winnie the Poohing it. That's a little weird, even for a demon Primarch.
Oh my gosh.
Are you going to do sword or staff? The staff is very flimsy.
Yes,
I'm shocked we haven't broken ours. Did you break it?
No. I haven't broken it, but I'm shocked I haven't, because there's been times where I've like pressed against it. I'm like, oh my goodness, that like gave there was a lot of give there.
I'm
surprised that it's not broken. I would have to see the sword. I told Brian that I need to look at the options first. But I like the staff though. The staff looks cool.
The staff is cool. It's cool. You can roll the dice, you know. Roll the fate dice.
Yeah, how many games until it breaks?
Right. Like I said, I'm shocked. We literally haven't broken the studio one at all.
Yeah.
So, you know what, maybe it's fine.
Well, there's always Saturday.
There's always Saturday. Yeah, tune in Saturday to see John playing Thousand Suns.
Yes.
Maybe not quite the list you're working on to competitive play,
right?
But it is a competitive list.
We're not going to see this army that's still being worked on, but we still have the studio army.
Ooh. Yeah. And the first time we see this will be probably for a members game.
Ooh.
Oh,
one of those perks.
Most def.
Exactly.
Speaking of cool armies,
oh,
you want to talk about what you got going on in your neck of the woods?
So I'm working on the JeanStar Colts. Yes. Very excited about JeanStar Colts. I love this army. I've loved them for a long time, which if you watch the channel, you'll know. I tried to play them towards the end of the 9th, and it was just too big brain for me. It was too much.
It's a lot going on.
It was like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Now they are really fun and they're much more manageable, to be honest. So I'm all in on the JeanStar Colts. They really match my play style. We had a game day last week, and I was like, in the back of my mind, thinking about Space Marines. I played 2 games against you, played another game against Shane. They were just kind of too static for me to like be my go-to army. JeanStar Colts, on the other hand, so they're my play style.
So many options. It's so fluid. It's like it's big brain, but like at the same time, it's almost forgiving in the way you can like throw things and see what sticks. A lot of like kind of a Drukhari vibes.
You can trade around.
Right.
I like the trading. Yeah, like we have very similar philosophies, right? And so I'm so excited for them. And I love the lore of them. So right now, Primuses are very strong. They give you Chapter Master on the unit they join. And I have 2 Primuses, and I never in a million years thought I would need a 3rd Primus. So here we are. Here's a Primus converted from the commemorative Commissar.
Very cool.
From the Manchester event.
Is that how the gun actually looks, or is that, did you kit bash the gun?
So the
any bits there?
Yeah, the gun is actually the Primus gun. So funny enough, when you to buy a Patriarch or a Magnus or a Primus, they actually come together in one box.
Whoa.
So every GSC player has like millions of these.
Yes.
So I had one. I never thought I would use it. So this is the actual Needler gun that the Primus has. And then if we go to the next image, behind, he's got his like toxin claw injector that's like hidden behind his back. He's like, I'm totally normal.
That seems like very inconvenient for like doing anything other than pinching people.
Yep, you're exactly right. Well, the thing is, normally you have like a third arm. You know,
Oh, yeah.
there's a book with GSC where there's a Primus that's like the Lord Governor, and he has like his normal hand most of the time, and then his third arm is like underneath his clothes.
Yeah.
It's the, what was it, the hidden fist earlier?
Yeah, hidden fist.
So I got a Primus, and then the other thing I never thought I would need in a second version of is the Nexos, which is the next image we have here. And shout out to our Discord over in the GSC section. Got some good ideas, good feedback. This is an upside down Tau drone that makes for an excellent table.
What?
Right? Like that looks like the table. It's so perfect.
What?
And lots of little bits, and you got a little Scion's telephone in there.
Okay.
Little Katie.
Yeah, I was like, that looks familiar.
Right? You gotta call Drake. So double Nexos, triple Primus. Super excited. I'm loving this army, and I'm loving the hobby opportunities.
Very cool.
These are.
Oh, kit bashing is so fun.
I love kit bashing. It's so great. So really excited to be playing this. We're gonna be doing some events. I'm gonna be playing one on Saturday. We're both gonna go to one next Saturday.
Yeah, 22nd.
Then we have a bunch of stuff coming up.
August is insane.
Yeah.
We have at least 2, maybe 3. I don't know.
Yeah. I think so. August was like this last year. If not, it was worse. I think this is going to be a reoccurring thing. Every year, August is going to be a little bit wild.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be streams that get moved around and adjusted. So just keep your ears and eyes open.
Yeah.
We'll try to obviously keep up with the schedule as much as possible. And when we do go to events, we will of course do coverage and keep you all posted on that. Hopefully it's interesting.
Totally. Yeah. Let us know. Like, we always are open to feedback. So if you have a preferred other day than Saturday, like if you like Sundays, or do you want a Friday game, or I don't know.
Yeah, we
Things like that.
It's definitely the time of year where it can be useful to just like bump it by a day.
Yeah.
So we are genuinely curious if there's another time.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on. Lindsay, you've been working on your Tyranids too, huh?
Yeah. So I've actually, this last week, I haven't touched my Tyranids, but instead,
You've been real busy.
I've been busy, but also I've been painting trees.
Oh.
Always painting trees.
Trees.
Always. I've been painting trees for years,
Yeah.
and I'm painting more trees, and they're all different trees. But these trees are purple trees.
Purple trees?
They're
Purple trees.
and they exist. They exist in real life.
What?
They're plum trees.
Oh, it's like a dark purple.
It's like a dark purple. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So you know, and as Zach has taught us, trees are not brown.
That's right.
But they can be purple, apparently.
That's true.
Is this for personal project? Is this for store stuff?
This is just for myself.
That's awesome.
Really like painting trees and rocks.
You play Sylvaneth too, huh?
Yeah, I do.
That makes sense. I mean, that's just the natural.
I'm not painting my Sylvaneth.
No.
It's just trees.
You have to, like, the pile of shame has to, like, it's like an ecosystem. You have to maintain it. You can't make too much progress.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, right? You know, I did a lot of progress on my Sylvaneth maybe like 2 months ago.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to cool it
Let's
now.
cool your jets.
Cooler jets. I'm going too fast through this. I need...
And you were closing in on the Tyranids too, and you're like, whoa, hold my horses.
Yeah.
What will I do? If I finish this, that might be the last thing I ever do.
Tyranids or Sylvaneth, door number 3.
Trees.
Always trees.
Exactly.
There's always going to be a tree for me to do.
Yeah, always a tree in your life, huh?
Yes, always a tree in my life, yes.
Good. Well, let us know in, right now we're live, let us know in chat, and of course let us know in the comments below what you're working on, what armies, projects you're interested in. Doesn't have to be 40k, we're always playing all the games, so let us know. And with that, let's dive on in and take some questions. Thank you everyone very much in advance. We really appreciate the immense generosity. You don't have to give your well-earned money to us to ask questions. We also recognize it's really just to help support the channel, so thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so this first super chat is a list that came in earlier on in the game from Crusader Kerbo. And
fantastic.
Crusader says, what do you think of my Dark Angels list in List Builders at 5:56 p.m.? Super excited to run my Dark Angels list against my girlfriend's Nid list. Which faction do you want to see revealed this weekend?
What's happening this weekend?
Wait, what?
Oh,
what?
It's Dallas?
Tacoma.
Tacoma. Oh, is it both?
Oh, is it both? I don't know.
Because
I've only been
Is one
hearing-
we have
FLG
friends going to Dallas.
or?
That's wild.
There's Just Jupiter in chat is saying that he's going to Tacoma, and I've heard a few other people. Going to
Oh, I didn't realize this was a reveal weekend. That's super
Wait, what
exciting.
could they possibly reveal?
Shows what we know.
Because the roadmap for the next few years is out. So, is it like models then?
Yeah, it could be. I could see new Tyranid models easily.
Yeah.
I don't. There
actually-
could always be more Space Marines.
I actually don't know. That's kind of BM.
Maybe a Tyranid lieutenant, a Terminator lieutenant.
You never know. You never know. Look, we got to give Crusader Kerbo the best Dark Angels list in this
Right.
classic matchup, so he can crush his girlfriend's
I can never find
Chat
the
is
list.
saying that the reveals are for the Battle of Ogrim.
Oh, okay, so it is related to Space Marines and Tyranids specifically. Okay, makes sense.
We were joking, but now we're...
So
Actually
we
serious.
discussed a little bit on Tuesday about the need for more models with flesh capes.
What?
The Death
Flesh
You seen the
cape!
new Death Leaper? He has a flesh cape, John. Imagine, I'm Batman, but his cape is made of flesh.
Yeah. I played Drukari, and
It's got like a thin membrane to it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think more flesh capes all around. Was the question what models or just what factions?
What faction do you want to see revealed this weekend?
Oh, between the two of them.
Yeah.
I want to see Space Marine stuff.
I kind of want to see some Space Marine stuff,
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I want to see some cool looking Space Marines.
I'm curious what they can possibly do. All right, Crusader Kerbo, here we go. The Sentinels of Caliban, let's go. So this is Dark Angel list, as mentioned. We've got this is Unforgiven Task Force, so Dark Angel style, nice. Azrael, Belial, Lazarus, Lion, Samael, so all the named
All the
characters.
characters.
Love it. With Lion's 380, more than I thought it was. A unit of 5 Heavy Intercessors, a unit of 5 Intercessors, a unit of 3 Blade Guard, a Deathwing Command Squad, which looks like, it's always hard to tell.
10.
Ancient Apothecary Champion, +2, so it's a squad of 5. 5 Hellblasters, Ravenwing Command with 6 spikes, and the Dark Talon.
Yeah, you're seeing the tax of taking that many characters.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I mean, it's very. I mean, I'm in the same boat of like I play Blood Angels and I want to take every single cool character.
Right.
But man, that's a lot of points. That's at least 7, 8, 9, maybe 900 points in characters. That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
With a prime mark in there,
In
it's probably like 700, 800
yeah,
points.
it is tough because in some cases, like the character is almost as many points as the unit that they're joining.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just be wary of that.
It's cool and it's fluffy and you're gonna create some cool moments, but there's also like gonna be moments where you're like, oh, I have to kill 20 Termagants with a character and like
Yeah.
5 intercessors, you know?
Right.
So it's gonna be hard if you don't. You're like lacking tools. You're having like these cool clutch characters, but they're kind of eggs in one basket, all eggs in one basket when you don't have the utility and like the firepower and tools to deal with these things that this nid list might have. Even like the standard like starter box stuff could possibly overpower you.
Yeah.
If you're making this list for balance, you might do like blocks of 10 Termagants and things like that to balance it out, and you can still have those cool moments with these characters. But yeah, it is a bit of a tax.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. So consider if you really need all the characters. You know, it's hard because they are great. Like I really wanted to run Azrael today. Boy, that guy's awesome. But I could see like dropping Lazarus. He's only 80 points, but like, you could probably drop Lazarus and then maybe Belial as well. And that gives you 180 points.
Such cool characters.
I know. It's cool, but it's tough. So that'd be the main thing, is just like be wary of all those characters, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a really fun list. The cool thing about this list is every single unit is an absolute unit. Like they're gonna get to do cool things and have cool rules.
Yes.
There's no chaff at all. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Very
Kerbo.
cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. This next one is another list that came in during the game. This is
Hey.
And Tough Crowd says, posted in the Blood Angels chat at
Ah.
6:16. I'll check the time zone on that. Last time I sent a list of what I have so far as a new player. This time I've hit the books and want some more input before I sell my left kidney for more models. Much love. Great tips last line.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tough Crowd. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, I'm all out of kidneys, so.
I didn't even play my Space Marines. Remember, that was last week. I was like, yeah, I want to play my Space Marines. And you're like, has your list changed? And I was like, no, it's fine. You're like, don't you have 10 Desolation Marines? I was like, oh. So I didn't even get to play the list before it got up to the point. So.
Turns out I was muted.
Oh no!
Oh no!
But thank you, Tough Crowd. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, posted it in the Blood Angels chat at 6:16. Last time I sent a list of what I have so far as a new player. This time, I've hit the books and want some more input before I sell my left kidney for more models. Much love, heart. Great tips last time.
Well, let us tell you.
We're all out of kidneys over here.
What line? I forgot the line.
Okay. Here is. What does this mean? It's labeled 2.7K, but it's 2,000 points. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. Characters: Chaplain with Jump Pack, 2 Chaplains with Jump Pack, 1 with Artisan of War, Commander Dante, Judicaire with Icon of Angel. I'm not sure what that does. 5 Assault Marines with Jump Pack. Okay, I'm glad you're using these because I have them. I haven't used them yet. 2 squads of those, actually. 2 squads of 5. Awesome. Ooh, with plasma pistols. Okay, that's cool. Wait, 3 squads. Okay, there's 3 squads. Oh my gosh. Okay. A Blade Guard veteran squad.
Yeah.
6 of them. Death Company Marines with Jump Pack, hand flamers on them, and chain swords. Very cool, just 5. A Death Company Jump Pack squad with fist and flamers on this one. An Infiltrator squad, a Predator. What? 2 Predators, an Annihilator and a Destructor. One has the las cannons, the other has the auto cannons, right? A Repulsor Executioner, probably for those Blade Guard. And then 2 Sniper Scout squads.
This feels like a very classic list.
It's a very, I have these models too. I have all of these models. And I just they haven't seen the light of day, and it might be the time to bring them out. Gosh.
I'm checking the Chaplain.
No, this is Sons of Sanguinius. So he doesn't get the doctrines, he gets the combat-oriented stuff. And I think I still agree with that.
Right.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that you're leaning towards the older line. That's probably the models that you have.
Right.
And you might want to think about getting more. Okay, gotcha.
The Chaplain, the Chaplain's the +1 to wound.
Yes.
So you're like old Blood Angels. +1, well,
Don't say it.
no, you're better because you're +1 strength too. +1 strength, +1 to wound, and +1 attack.
Yeah, but it seems a little bit confused for me.
Yeah.
Because you have a strat to make your unit have lance. So on the charge, it's +1 to wound. So that doesn't stack with the the +1 to wound from the Chaplain.
Yeah. You know what I like then instead?
What's up?
Is Librarian with Jump Pack.
Ooh.
Gives the unit +1 AP.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, they actually make these squads.
Do you get the 4-up invul?
No.
It's Jump Pack. It's Jump Pack.
Yeah. So then if you can already get Lance, you're not usually going to be missing more than 1 squad a turn. So that could be cool. Yeah,
especially on the Death Company Chainsword squad. Even on the fists, AP3.
Yeah.
It's really good.
What do you think about those chainswords?
It's a lot of attacks, and it's even more with Blood Angels, so I actually don't hate it. And you're going to be +1 strength, +1 to wound.
Okay.
So I actually, it's a tool. It's not going to be the one size fits all. You have to find a good target for it. But I think it's fine.
Okay. No, that's a good answer. And that's maybe why they're also taking the Flamers. They're both good for chaff, killing 20 Termagants, for example.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I see your predicament though. So it's a good list. I have no doubt in my mind it's probably the best and coolest list that you can make with your vanilla 1st gen Space Marines. And you're looking for critique before you get some of the newer models. I think it's good. Like you have a good balance of tanks to infantry. You're gonna be able to have a tool for everything. You have enough las cannons. It's great. You have fight first, which is amazing. You have infiltrators, good. Like if you had one Primaris thing, it's infiltrators are amazing. But where I would go with your next purchases, I like the named chaplains.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
They're really good now.
I'm forgetting what they are. It is 4-up. No. What is Astrath is devastating wounds, which is amazing with the chain swords.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of attacks with Blood Angels.
Yeah.
And then the other one is
There's like 2 benefits though. There's something.
Lamarty's is.
Here, let me pull it up.
There's the Death Company benefit where they actually get OC.
Right. What? The search doesn't work.
And they can do actions and stuff.
Astaroth.
And then Lamarty's, I think, is the durable one where he has the 4-up invuln all the time.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. For the squad. And those are like really good chaplains, and you need chaplains with your Death Company. I think Death Company are good. Glad you have them. Really awesome.
That's really cool.
That's where I would go next.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know if that's like a whole kidney. It might be like half a kidney. Could be like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Astaroth is also fight on death on 4+.
Oh, that's good.
So good.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it.
But yeah, I think it's a good list with what you got. You got enough Death Company. I like more Death Company, but that's just me. I had great success with the Redemptors, which are really good for my vehicles, but I like the Predators because you want to be a little shooty.
Like
you don't have access to the Doctrines. That's fine. That usually means, what does that mean? That means you are less forgiving on the shooty aspects of your army. That means you can't advance and shoot. That's okay. That's probably why you take Predators over Dreadnoughts then, huh? Because you're like a little faster. I think it's a good list. It's cool. Yeah, good stuff. Just take the named characters. They're good.
Thank you. Tough Crowd is in chat and appreciates all the
Hopefully that's
suggestions.
helpful. Yeah.
Yep. Also, John.
Uh-oh. What'd I do?
Nothing bad. Actually, something good. Nathan Fee, who's brand new to the channel, really likes your shirts.
Yes!
Really likes the Chainsaw Man's, the Aki one too.
Yes. So good. Yeah, I realized I've been rotating around like the same anime shirts for the last few months. So like I bought a few more.
Yeah.
We're breaking out new ones. So I was afraid that the lights would shine too much off of this, but it actually like, it's pretty matte. So it's not too like, it's actually very like, it's not like a, what is it, like a hard print on.
Yeah, it's not glossy. Ooh, it's very
it's not it's not glossy.
It pops really nice. It's beautiful.
Yeah, dude, Chainsaw Man is so good. Hey, if you guys aren't watching this season of anime, you should. There's so many great shonen shows are like on right now. Oh, so good. Great time to be alive.
I know. Great time to be alive.
Thank you. This next one is from Blackbird. Thank you, Blackbird.
Oh, hey.
Blackbird says, practicing sculpting tabards and capes on some Dark Angels while watching. I'm slowly getting less bad. I'm sure they're still really good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like Blackbird is definitely being modest here.
Yeah.
He is amazing. Not just kit bashing, but also just like sculpting and doing all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah.
He's done like Mandalorian heads. He's done or like little bits. He's done like samurai themed like shoulder pads. I'm not sure how much he prints and actually sculpts, but like it has to be a good mount.
Hand-painted cherry blossoms on Sister of Battle banners. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Amazing.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
Blackbird asks, any tips and tricks for sculpting? Are everyone's cats cheering for Dark Angels? For the lion. I know my cat is.
The meow.
Yes.
For sure.
You know those cats are keeping secrets too.
They have so many secrets. You have no idea. They're watchers in the dark for sure.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's true.
A little glimmer. Tips and tricks for sculpting. apologies if you already heard this before, but take your time. I've really learned that you do it in steps. You're gonna do one layer, let it completely cure, and the next night you come and do the next thing and the next thing. It will literally take days to do it if you do it correctly. Don't rush it because you're just gonna mess up another point. You need to let the layer cure and have that be your save point basically. And you can't mess that up. And you do the next night, and you do the next layer, and the next layer, and next layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like probably my like Achilles heel on like anything like modeling or like building. It's like, oh, I just try to do it too quickly, and I'm just like, oh, just mess it all up.
You literally can't. You will just destroy it.
Like if you like just drop it and just like.
Yeah, exactly. Like even you're working on one part of the model, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna work on the back side, and then your finger
like
schmusses it.
Oh
yeah,
no.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, that's something I would do.
So give it patience. You're gonna do it over the course of days. Even within a session, like what I do is like roll up my green stuff and I let it sit for 45 minutes to an hour before I even start working with it. Yeah. And even then, sometimes I'll let it sit even more. You want it to be very non-malleable, especially for this kind of stuff. You know, you might roll it out into your flat like basic tabard shape earlier than that, but once you're really trying to work with it, it actually should be decently hard.
Yeah. It looks like Blackbird is like lined up to do this, right? Like he's perfecting it on one like piece first, and then when he goes to do the rest of them, he can kind of like streamline it or like production line it, where he does like a bunch of the same thing on like a ton of tabards, right?
Yeah.
And then they kind of like dry together, and then you can go on the other. Yeah. Exactly. Start again with a new step.
I can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be cool. Picks.
Yeah, thank you. This next one is a support post from support chat from Sewer Person. Thank you so much for the support, Sewer. Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sewer.
This next one is from Crusader Kerbo.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Crusader. Howdy, Titans. What do you think of a large campaign with each of the factions, starting with basic lists, consisting of the combat patrol and a few extra units to hit 1K? No named characters to start with.
This is great.
Yes, that is so cool. I love this. I like that. You know, maybe there's a non-named character, so that you can like progress and like level him up or do something cool as like the protagonist of that list. And it seems like a very realistic campaign, especially if this is like even a small group of friends, but like if this is like at a hobby store with like a open type of roster or list of people. You're being realistic of like, how big are these games going to get?
Yeah.
You know, are they going to be at 2,000 for very long? Could be a very long campaign and long games. So with 1K, it's very doable. With combat patrols to start, very, very doable. So you're going to have a lot of fun. And you're going to get a lot of games in at those points. So very cool.
It's a great way to get into it. Escalation is so much fun. You know, even if you already have an existing collection, like building your army up over time, it's great. It's great from a gaming perspective. It's great from a hobbying perspective and conversion perspective.
Yes.
Just a lot of awesome opportunities with that. And combat patrols is just a great way to start. You know.
Yeah.
They sound fantastic.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good luck. Have fun. And yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. This next one is from Shoopaloop. Thank you, Shoopaloop. And this is an army list.
Ooh.
Demons.
Blue Scribes, Changeling, Exalted Flamers, 6 Blue Horrors, 6 Pink Horrors, 3x3 Flamers. I know it's super skew, but how do you think it would play out?
Oh my gosh.
This is it might not be 1,000 points. This is just a lot of horrors and pinks.
It's a
or like a
lot.
lot of horrors, blues and pinks.
A lot. Yeah.
That's like mega utility. And then horrors are still OC2 because they're troop.
So pinks are 2.
Blues are not.
Blues are not. At least the blues that start as blues.
And it goes pinks, blues, brims?
Yes, but here's the thing. So squads that are blues are different than the pinks, the blues that come in pinks. So they're like totally different. They finally. Who was I playing? I guess I was playing.
No, you're playing
you,
me.
right?
You're
Yeah.
playing
So if you start as blues, they get infiltrate, and then they get the -1 leadership.
Yeah.
The pinks, when they split into blues, those blues don't get that rule.
Yeah.
So they actually fulfill different roles, which is nice.
Yes.
But they are battle line, so you can take 6 blues and 6 pinks. This is like literally maximum amount.
Oh my goodness. That's so cool.
I think it scores really, really well.
Yes.
I think it will struggle to kill big things, but you don't necessarily always have to kill things, frankly.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's so skewed that it's also skewed in what it kills as well. So if you're playing against a balanced list that also isn't skewed, then you can take away a lot of their utility, a lot of their infantry, a lot of their low toughness models, and now you're in a good place of like, cool, I can outscore these big things and play the board.
Exactly.
The thing is, like, it's skewed away, like, if you go against a guy that's all monsters, if you go against knights, then you're like, okay, maybe I'm not killing anything, and 2,000 points of their army shooting and charging every turn could be pretty bad for me, and I might die before the 5th turn.
Yeah.
That's my only fear, but horrors are quite durable.
Yeah, I'm trying to like think about.
I think it's good.
You want to keep, like, if you're going up against knights, for example, right? Chaos or Imperial, you're gonna want to, I think, put the pressure on. Like, you are an army. This is a concept of like being a primary focused army or a secondary focused army.
Sure.
This one's kind of both. The thing it doesn't do is kill. So like you're gonna have a lot of OC on your objectives, and I'd probably try to like move, block, and swarm their objectives. Like these blue horrors, you're like ready in case you go first to like swarm them.
Like knights can't fall back and shoot anymore. So
they're not easy to kill.
Yeah, if it's not like 2 knights shooting at a horror squad and you're just tying it up, and so it's just 1-on-1 with a -1 maybe.
Yeah.
It actually could be quite good.
It's interesting, isn't it?
That's cool. I actually like this list. Yeah, it's definitely like that's a really good question that you've asked, because this army will play a certain style, and you need to perfect the style, and you're going to do well.
That's true.
Trying to be something you're not is how you're going to lose games. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Thanks, Superloop.
Yeah, thank you. This next one is from Evan Tumanello. Thank you, Evan. And Evan says, terrain looks great.
Thank you.
You guys inspired me to dye different color sets of moss. Yes. John, may I get a thanks, nerd, please?
Thanks, nerd.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You dyed your own moss? What? That's so
A legend.
Yeah.
What?
Is he our moss guy? We might have a moss guy now.
Watch out, moss lady. Watch out.
Maybe time for Evan to get into the moss business.
Exactly. Let us know, do your mosses smell?
Yeah. That's actually could be a big
I
factor for
noticed.
us.
It's like a
How
strong...
smelly is your
And
moss?
it's from different places too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like every place
It's pretty
has
consistent.
a smell, and it's
It's that like vinegary, new like figgy smell.
yeah.
Figgy smell.
Figgy smell, yeah. Do you use figs, Evan?
Thank
That's
you,
amazing.
Evan.
Thanks so much.
This next one is from Metazord. Thank you, Metazord. Finally able to catch y'all live. Go, guard. Give them the old razzle dazzle.
Yeah, light them up, razzle dazzle.
I think you did razzle
Thank
dazzle.
you. Razzle dazzle myself.
Spook myself.
Whoa, it's a lot of Overwatch.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. Had a lot of time playing. Had a good time playing guard. Learned a lot. It's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, Melta Overwatch.
That was...
Hey.
I feel like there should be some meme about that. Like, kills 3 Terminators in Overwatch. Can't kill 1 Terminator in normal shooting.
Yes. Oh,
That
my
was
goodness.
shocking. I was just like, oh, I'm in danger. If this is Overwatch, what's going to happen in the real shooting phase? Thank you, Zord.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
This next one is from Jerry Jones. Thank you, Jerry. I am confused on inflicting damage. Do the rules mean 1 attack lands with 3 damage? If the unit of 5 all have 1 wound, does 1 die and the other 2 excess damage from the 1 attack is lost? Or?
Great question. Great question. So in 40k, excess damage is lost. It doesn't carry over. If you do 3 damage to a 1 wound model, it kills that model, and that's it. Unlike Sigmar. So it does not splash. You would have to have a rule that explicitly says that. I don't know of any rules in 10th edition that do that, but they would have to actually say that.
Yes.
Mortal wounds are done 1 at a time, and they do splash over. Basically, if you take 3 mortal wounds, it'll do 1 mortal wound, kill a guy. Okay, now it does 1 mortal wound, 1 mortal wound, and it's individually.
It's a pool of single wounds.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And damage is allocated to the model. So it's like 3 damage, goes to the 1 wound model.
Yeah, it's a great question. Is there anything else? Oh, Feel No Pains. This is why if you have like a 2 wound model that's taking a 3 damage hit, when you roll the Feel No Pains, because, and we're always asking how many wounds are left, right? John had a lot of figuring out when to go into Terminator. If a Terminator only had 1 wound left, you would only want to use a 1 damage gun.
Right.
And vice versa, to try to lose as many damage as possible.
Yeah. For the you want to be as efficient as possible. Yeah. The math gets weird when Feel No Pains get into play, because then it's like you could get lucky and roll hot, and now like it's maybe that 2 damage into a 2 wound model becomes like 1 damage, and then like so
feels bad.
It's a good question. It's definitely a finesse, and not every tabletop game plays like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Thank you. This next one is from Cody Bratton. Thank you, Cody. Painting 30 Beast Naga Boy is getting ready for a local event at the end of the month. Thanks for giving me something to watch.
Oh,
our pleasure, Cody.
Thank you for watching. Oh my gosh.
Beast Naga Boys.
They're cool.
They're cool.
They are.
Killing it right
they're
now.
quite strong in the fact they can overload points. They're kind of cheap. I actually don't know how many points they are. I assume they just threat overload, and they just come bustling out of transports. And what do they do now? That's really cool. Is it +1 to?
So they get re-rolls against re-rolls to hit against vehicles and vehicles monsters.
Yeah.
They have a Feel No Pain now. They have that higher strength natively. You can put them in a 50-point truck.
Oh, yeah. Cody's on the right path of painting 30.
This is like the competitive way to play orcs right now.
Right.
And it's
That's right.
real cool, real strong. Love it.
Very cool. Yeah, watch our other orc games. Like they are definitely one of the stars for sure.
Right.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you. This next one is from Micah McComb. Thank you, Micah.
Hey.
Micah asks, list.
All right, let's do this.
CSM. Cipher Commune, big AC unit, 10 terms, Oblitz, Undiv, Fiend Undiv, Fiend Nurg, 5 possessed Undiv, 3 Flamers, 3 Nurglings, Changeling, list due Monday, may cut possessed Flamers Nurgs for more AC.
All right.
Nice. So this sounds like it's fairly competitive. Probably a tournament that's coming up, if that's the event. Dude, what's up with Cipher being the only lone operative in this codex or this index?
That's true.
I can see why you take him, but he's quite expensive. Like he's an expensive lone operative. It's like 105 or something.
But I think he comes with a Vect as well.
Does he?
So then you're starting to get more value.
I guess.
Let me check.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's funny individually. It seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty interesting.
What's AC? Is this?
So this is a Curse Cultists.
Oh, a Curse Cultists.
Which there's been a lot of chatter.
Isn't
about.
there? Yeah.
We're discussing, right?
Okay. And then Undivided gives you access to full rerolls, hit and wound.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Really, really strong.
So I think the 10-man is Undivided. It's the 10 Terminators and Oblitz that are Undivided.
Oh, weird.
I think.
So it actually doesn't really matter because Abaddon's going to join the Terminators and he has all the keywords.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have all of them.
You're right.
So
wow, that's so good.
Maybe he doesn't have Undivided and you make them, but yeah, once he joins, they'll have everything.
That's right.
It's really strong. It's 1 by 5 possessed. May cut possessed Flamers Nurgs for more AC. Oh, it's tough. So a Curse Cultists are amazing. And it depends how you want this list to play, right? If you take the Accursed Cultists, the list is going to play more centrally, more along the line, right? You have Abaddon, you have the Terminators, and then you can have flanks of Accursed Cultists that if they're staying close enough, if they're like reaching close enough to Abaddon, they get that 4+ invuln. Become very hard to kill. 4+ invuln, 6 up Feel No Pain, returning models every turn. But it plays a very specific style. That's a bit different than like you having these other utility things that are better for scoring secondaries. And I'm torn, honestly.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I think maybe the Curse Cultist might be better. You're keeping the Changeling, which is good. You're keeping the Fiend. Oh, it's a Forge Fiend, yeah. But it's losing 3 units for, I assume, 1 big brick.
Right.
I'd feel better if you could at least keep Maybe cut the possessed, cut the nurglings, keep the flamers. Like, if you could keep one more utility squad, I would feel much more comfortable.
It's 3 nurgling squads or 3 nurglings?
A squad of 3 nurglings, most likely.
Yeah.
That's the base. So, 'cause they're only 40 points.
Yeah.
Flamers are only 65. The possessed are...
Gosh. Yeah, I'm like stressed about the utility that you're giving up as well.
Yeah. No, maybe you're right, because it's a few just blocks. Now, and the communes go into the AC unit, which also might be why they're cutting so many units, is they might be looking for a second commune as well.
I see. Is
I'll
it
be
hard?
honest, you know what I don't love?
What?
Obliterators.
Oh yeah.
They're so
That's
expensive.
true. Or is it like 180? Or
They're like they're
for 3?
No, they are like 150 each.
What?
Yup. Yeah.
Dude, cut the obliterator. Cut the obliterator.
Cut the obliterators.
Yeah.
Keep this stuff and take more AC.
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, obliterators,
Expensive.
they're good until they are not. Like they're really gonna disappoint you when they disappoint you.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, oh, why did I take this huge unit? Or this expensive unit when I could have just gotten like 3 units of utility.
Yeah.
That's my vote. Can we do door number 3? Let's do, door number 3, cut obliterators.
Hopefully that's helpful. Best of luck. Let us know how it goes, honestly. We'll be really curious.
Yeah.
I really want to get some AC. We have 1 unbuilt box, but I would love to get like 40 of them.
That's
or
very
something.
strong.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's a good combo. Like, this is a crazy thing of like, how did the huge 40k community only find this combo now?
Right?
Like, that's impressively like deep for like an index.
It's a big
Let's-
cards, deck.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this is so cool. I mean, like the game is constantly evolving, so I'm excited and terrified to see this at tournaments. Good luck. Let us know what tournament you're going to and how it is.
Yeah.
They're going to Lone Star Open.
Oh, Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Okay.
So that's Dallas. There we
Nice.
go.
Oh, they are. So they are happening at the
Yeah.
same time.
That's wild to me. Huh. Cool.
Yes, thank you. Well, wait, Tacoma's this weekend. Right?
Oh, and then when is Lone
and
Star?
then Lone Star's next
If
weekend.
the list is due Monday, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I misunderstood. I guess it is next weekend.
yeah.
Oh,
Because I was playing a friend yesterday, and they were like, Dallas is, I thought, this weekend. But yeah,
I
I,
see,
guess
I see.
Tacoma,
Oh, okay.
which is GW reveals, makes sense.
Mhm.
And then it's Dallas,
okay.
which is Lone Star.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you. This next one is from Dr. Cosmos. Thank
Hey.
you, Doctor. Do you guys think Custodians of Venatari are underrated with fallback, shoot, and charge inherently? I can't get over it.
That's fair.
Venatari are the
jump pack, Flash Gordon guys.
Right. They had their time in the spotlight
They
in
did.
9th.
They don't have double shoot anymore.
You know, that's worse than it was before. Sure.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a problem of other great things in the book. You know, the Caladius is amazing. The Terminators are great. Frankly, the Custodian block is just great. The Guardians block. So I don't think they're bad. I think they might be underrated. But it's just they're competing with other units that are just
they're overshadowed, right?
Yeah.
I think the idea of the fallback shoot and charge is cute. Oh man, that's weird. There's something to be said about like if you play your cards right and you play the terrain, you're coming out of a cover, you're breaching through walls, you're shooting things, charging, like tying something up, and then hopefully if you don't die, you're like falling back and shooting again. So there's some cool tech there, but the huge anvil units are just like harder, I don't know, gatekeepers, I guess, for your opponent. This is just like cute and annoying, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not bad. It's just again, the Custodians get full rerolls to wound on objective. Yeah. They can double shoot once per game.
Yeah.
And so when you don't have to fall back and shoot and charge when you just kill
Yeah,
everything.
we just murder the thing you've
That's my
charged.
concern. Yeah, not bad.
And then
but-
like the guard squads shoot, like they actually can slap and they shoot just fine. And I think our Venator is still 18 inches. I mean, that's just like normal. Everyone shoots that much.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like
They're just faster.
Right. That's the kind of the only thing they do differently now,
Yeah.
other than fall back and charge.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
The gap is closed
Yeah.
because the custodian guard used to be chumps and shooting, but now it's a real threat, like you're saying.
Yeah. No, this is a good question of like,
Yeah.
we're not sold on the Venatari, and we're kind of like with like the status quo of our like where other people are of like, I think we'll just stick to the good thing until we see otherwise. But like we won't know until someone tries and wins with it, right? And so if someone's making Venatari happen and they show us the techniques, then like maybe they're a thing.
That's true.
And it's going to be how the meta shapes and stuff, and if you need these units to tie things up and you're not dying and things like that, so, and getting actions done maybe, so could be cool.
I'll be curious to see Saturday. We're just taking custodies, competitive custodies.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what he brings now that like last time we played custodies on the channel, we didn't have Forge World available yet. So I'm curious to see maybe Dr.
That's right.
Cosmos tune in and see. It's Bridger, so he's going to be very extreme in his opinions.
Yeah.
But I think it will still be insightful to see what he takes.
Yeah, we're letting him build his own list, which is very scary.
We don't normally do that. For
we
streams.
don't
There's
let
normally
you- yeah, we
more
don't-
oversight. But we're kind of letting him run wild.
And he has like the whole. He can bring Imperial Knights. I don't know. Like he can soup stuff in. I don't know.
he's bringing the dominance. Let's go. Let's go.
This is not custodies. There's like 1,000 points of like other things in here. But yeah, who knows? He could bring them.
Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you. This next one is from CCAG. Thank you, CCAG.
Hey.
And they say thoughts on Sally's list in list building chat.
Sally's.
CCAG at 8:35. Played some games into Orcs and Eldari without Glad and found I just didn't have enough high strength. Looking for tournament list-ish.
All right, that's fair. You got
8.
this? Yeah, you already found the channel.
5.
More than
I
I
was
can do.
muted.
Oh, no.
Oh no, that's fine because I gotta look.
Thanks.
Yes.
CCAG.
Yeah, thank you, CCAG. Thoughts on Sally's list in list building chat. CCAG at 8:35. Played some games into Orcs and Eldari without Glad and found I just didn't have enough high strength. Looking for tournament list-ish.
And in this case, it's Sally's. So I guess we're talking about Gladiator the tank, not Gladius Strike Force. Probably the answer.
There's a few lists here. Is this PST? Can you let us know if you're in chat?
Let's see. When did they post this?
35.
This was posted. Yeah, it was probably PST because they posted it at they super chatted at the same time.
Right.
This is in the in list building. Oh,
Yeah, list building.
never mind. I did not. I was definitely in the salamanders chat.
Checks out.
I don't got it. Okay. Hold on.
No, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
No pressure, it's fine. We're all watching you.
Oh, okay. All right, salamanders from CCAG.
All right.
It is a gladiator lancer. Whoa, starting off strong. A 6-man squad of eradicators, a biologist with bolter discipline, a land raider redeemer, a 10-man of infernus. Vulcan has stand himself in that infernus squad.
Yeah.
Amazing. A big 10 block of Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators with a captain inside. Ooh.
I'm liking this so far.
It's 2 squads of 3 Inceptors, Plasma.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh.
Infiltrator squad and an Intercessor squad and a 5-man squad of Stern Guard. Wow, this is a good list.
I love this list. Speaking my language.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
The Eradicators look like they're in the Land Raider Redeemer. Wow, this is a good list.
It's really good.
I wish we had all these models for our
I
salamanders.
know. We need Infernus Marine so bad.
Wow.
The Stern Guard are the only thing that I'm not the biggest
It's like
fan of.
it doesn't like synergize super well, but
Yeah.
it's a good unit, but it's not really
I think you gotta pick them
buffed
in
by
10s.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need a Tin Man with a hero.
this will shine, I feel like, in Ultramarines for the Deep Strike.
True.
Um,
And Double Oath.
Double Oath.
Everything else I
It's like
absolutely
hard to
love.
argue with anything else. You're like nitpicking at this point.
Right?
They're looking for a tournament list, so that I mean, it's good.
I would drop the Stern Guard for some Scout Snipers.
Oh,
good scoring.
okay.
That's the only thing. Just give you a bit more utility.
Yeah.
I love this list. I think it's great.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. You're doing good work. If you're playing Salamanders, you're doing good work
Right.
here. This is like as good as it gets, in my opinion.
Like, to me, like the core of a strong Space Marine list is a block of 10 Terminators, check. 2 units of 3 Inceptors, check. Infiltrators, check.
Yeah.
And 1 or more Lancers, check.
Yeah.
And you have the Eradicators, which are excellent anti-tank.
What does the Biologist give you again? I know in his own right he can like punch a little bit.
I like him. He gives them lethal hits.
Oh, lethal.
And then when they're in Bolter Discipline, so it's going to be lethals on 5s, and they get full rerolls against vehicles. So you're just like guaranteeing that the Eradicators are going to do this.
So good. And they're like, they don't even have to worry about Oath too much because they can just go out and do their own thing.
And you can put them in the Iron Raider.
This is really good.
It's an awesome list.
Yo. Yeah, I agree. You maybe have some points left over after taking some Scout Snipers, but
if the ish part of your tournament ish is the Stern Guard, then I guess you're good, you know? Maybe the Infernus Marines, but I think it's a very strong list.
good.
You did it. You are the Warhammer 40,000.
You are, you're Salamanders now.
Thank you, CCAG. This next one is from Chris the Ghost. Ooh. Thank you, Chris the Ghost.
Spooky.
My duders, I'm building my first army, but I'm a pretty competitive person. I want to be building a competitive list for my army. Seems pretty hard to track the meta for 40k. Tips for tracking list meta?
Great question. Oh man, this is Chris.
Yeah.
This is good.
What's up? Well, welcome to the table. We are also 2 incurably competitive people, so it's a disease.
Yeah. No, honestly, like when I first really started playing Warhammer and going to events, it was like because I stopped playing like sports. Like, I was like, I can't play volleyball anymore. I'm no good. So now I gotta win in Warhammer. Like that's just that's what I gotta do.
It's just so fun. So resources. There's some great sites. There's the Meta Mondays post, which is that actually the website Meta Mondays? Who does it, Meta Mondays?
Are we talking about
40K, is that 40K stats? Right?
What's the website that does it?
Meta Monday on Reddit.
Oh, it's a Reddit post.
Yes,
yes,
it's a Reddit
yes,
thing.
yes.
So they do a good level-headed analysis. You can go to Goonhammer for occasional updates. Yeah.
Yes.
What they'll do is they'll do like specific breakdowns sometimes of events, and they'll be like, let's talk about this matchup and what's interesting about it. What does that mean for the meta? Like, what are the players taking and why? And so it's like they do a fine-grained analysis of matchups and then make like broader determinations.
They'll have like the weekly article, and they'll also have like just a stats like website where you can like just look up like what's like the tournaments that the big tournaments in chronological order and who the top 4 are. You know, and then their lists are like linked right there.
Exactly.
And you just check them all out, and you look for like the latest Salamanders win or something, and you can like see that meta list. There's also like just YouTube channels that will talk about this. You might do a few. We have like good talks sometimes. There's things like Auspex Tactics that do like their like one-off like YouTube videos on like, oh, this crazy list is super broken. And it's like a good way of like, oh, cool. And like you don't even need to like watch the whole video, just like look through it is what I do and just see the combo.
Our friends at Art of War do amazing stuff.
Dude, Art of War.
Highly recommend. Their
tier
the
lists,
best players in the game.
Their tier lists, top tier.
Yeah, they're great. And they give good level-headed analysis too. That's like I always appreciate that they give their perspective, like the perspective that they're coming from when they explain why they're ranking things.
Yes, it's like if they were to play like the best of the best players playing that list or that army, and how they would rank that or tier that and talk about that. Take that with a grain of salt when you go to play. I mean, I'm sure you don't play 40K like 40 hours a week and make it your full-time job, right? So like you gotta like also have something that you can play well at a tournament as an individual.
Well said. Our friend Nick, Blood of Kittens, does lists. He'll do like winning lists
that's a
from
good
events.
one. Yes.
And he makes it easy to go through them based off of factions. So you could be like, show me all of the orc lists from this season, or all like the top 3 from events, and you can sort through that.
Yes. Yeah. When it's like when the meta changes so much, you need something that you could just like flip through on like a weekly basis and like, oh, okay, this is what's at the top. Exactly. If I go to a tournament, this is what I can expect from an orcs list. You know.
You know what I'll do too? Just keep adding. Best Coast Pairings is the app that you use to find tournaments, join tournaments, does the pairings, you put your scores in. And I'll use this actually, that is almost my primary tool to find winning lists, good lists. I'll go in and I'll do a list search. I'll do like global 40k, I'll pick my faction, and then
the time brackets, the date brackets.
Yep, the date brackets, and then I just scroll through and I see, okay, usually I'm looking for GTs with like 1 loss or less, and I'll kind of just scroll through, I'll like pause, oh, this is interesting, I'm a subscriber, and so I can then click on the list, check it out, and I'll kind of see, you can see patterns and draw your own conclusions if you don't want to. Sometimes I just at a moment's notice, like I want to be able to see like what's going on. So also recommend doing that.
That's super good.
So many great resources right now for competitive 40k.
So people in chat are also chiming in, and they're pretty much saying the exact same thing.
Excellent,
Giving the same suggestions.
Heck
So
yeah.
I love this question. This is a great
Cool.
question.
Yeah. It's like what we do on the weekly basis. So it's like it makes sense.
Yeah. Welcome, Chris. Get some members in chat for Chris. Welcome to the community.
Yeah. Thank you. And this next question is from Willow Weeks. Thank you, Willow. Sevatar.
No, you have to. Sevatar.
Yeah.
So
Put
you're
my
getting-
own spin on it.
Yeah.
John, these T-Suns look amazing, but all my selfish heart can think is another world where instead sisters won out, and you got a sisters army commissioned in this scheme. What could have been?
I know.
Remember the uncurably competitive thing.
Yeah. We gotta. You come talk to me when we get an update on sisters. There's always room for more in the commission pipeline. Sevatar. Oh, dude, if Night Lords had their own index, or like, oh man, I would love to have a Night Lords army.
There's rumors. Sevatar, not Sevatar, but Night Haunter might be alive as a bat demon.
Yeah, dude. No, he's one of those characters where it's more poetic or more fitting if he stayed dead.
I do agree.
To be honest.
Yeah, I do agree.
But hey, Sevatar. Sevi.
Thanks, Willow. As always.
Great character.
Thank you.
Willow is? Yeah.
Sevatar and Willow.
Thank you, Willow. And this next one is from Mark Merrill. Thank you, Mark. Mark says, Eldari. Hashtag Team John. Hashtag pointy ears for life.
Yes.
Playing elves here, Mark. What the heck?
No, always go Eldar. Always.
Go Eldar. Oh my God.
Playing T-Suns? Eldari.
This is not fair. I need Omar to jump in the chat here. Come on.
Which he will also, he'll just say go guard.
Oh, shoot, that's
both
right.
are which, not
Dang
your faction. I love it. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, this came in when you had the picture up of your T-Suns.
Nice. I love it. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. This next one is from Warpsmith Nav. Thank you, Warpsmith Nav, and with just a support super chat. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Warpsmith Nav. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
This next one is from Just Jupiter. Thank you, Just Jupiter. Just pre-registered for the Tacoma Open event. Going to be playing my Chaos GSC. I'll post pics of the army when I get it set up.
That's amazing.
Nabbed an Acastus Asterius at the Forge World store and Buzzgob to be a fun mech.
Oh, wow. I actually didn't know they were still selling Buzzgob. That's awesome.
Huge FOMO from chat right now.
I know.
You're making me feel terrible, chat.
I have regrets.
I wish I signed up for this and I want to go.
John, where's Tacoma?
Where is Tacoma? I have no idea. No idea. Lindsay, you know where Tacoma is?
It's in Washington.
Really?
That's up?
Yeah.
That's up.
Oh,
It's
man.
up there.
It's like not even that
It's
far.
yeah. It's like maybe an hour, a little bit over an hour away from Seattle, south of Seattle.
Look, it's only Thursday night. We can make it.
Look, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, start jamming now.
Oh, man. I'm so jealous. Wow, man. Also, this Chaos GSC. I would love to see this.
Yeah.
Just Jupiter has amazing conversions.
That's like conflicting, like, lordship over this faction. Like, are you inviting the Tyranids to come eat the world? Or are the Chaos Gods also invited? Is it just like everyone's invited?
The way I like to see it is like, so there's the Tyranid hive mind, and then there's the Chaos Gods.
Yes.
And both of these have societies of people and cultists that worship them.
Yes.
Sometimes without knowing.
Yes.
Right? You pray for a good harvest, and it's actually Nurgle.
Yeah.
And kind of the same thing with Tyranids. You're praying for salvation from the what do they call them? I forget. It's like a sky gods, basically.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't know which one they are, or they think they're worshiping one and it's
maybe
the other one.
Maybe they still think
Yeah.
they're worshiping the emperor, the actual emperor, right?
They
Like,
think it's Zinch, but it's actually a patriarch. That's really cool.
it's amazing.
Have fun.
That's cool.
Thank you. This next one is from Fate's Day Dreamer.
Oh,
Thank
hey.
you, Fate's Day. Hey, Titans. 1:40 a.m. That must be their time.
Progress.
In Hobby Progress, the start of my Emerald Conclave. As John knows, it's Black Templar list, 3 LRs, and a bunch of Tabard Boys basing ideas.
3 Land Raiders. Faith's Day. Okay, first of all, I hope my dad is not watching the stream.
Just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean it justifies you taking 3 later.
I've gotten down to 2, maybe
Check
1.
around like 9:20.
Okay.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It's popping in this channel right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Oh boy, let's start over.
Wow. Black Templars. Oh my gosh.
Or maybe 9, or maybe 8:40,
A lot of demons.
I guess.
Wait, what am I looking for?
In
Black Templars?
Hobby
Templars.
Progress. Yes.
Hobby Progress.
At like 8:40, maybe.
Is it like a Tabard thing?
Oh, and Faith's Day has a different name. Just to be extra confusing.
Oh my gosh, someone did literally a waffle model.
Oh my god.
It's literally made out of waffles.
That's amazing.
Okay, so I don't get distracted. It's just Jupiter too.
It's just Jupiter. It's a flap drake. Oh my god.
Okay.
I love them
Stay
so
on
much.
target. Stay on target.
Workers pull up. Almost there.
I don't know where. Oh wait.
Yeah, there was
Oh wait, maybe I passed it too early.
having John look for Hobby Progress might have been a flawed plan.
Mirage is their username.
Oh no, we're back off target. I thought I found it, and I definitely didn't find it.
Here, I could try to
He's
get
taking
on
it in
it
their own
too.
hands. All right, it's a race. Oh, I found it.
Really?
Oh!
Oh wow, it's actually.
Yo! Oh, Emerald Conclave. So they're green with.
This is dope. No, I found it.
They're emerald.
This is
Yeah.
a dope
Bronze.
color.
Lindsay found it immediately. She
Oh
just-
no, I didn't know. I'm still booting up Discord.
Okay. God, this is a gorgeous.
Wait, that's a real waffle.
See?
Is it?
Focus.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, I think it's a real waffle.
Why is it not a real waffle?
No more flapdrake. We're talking about the Emerald Conclave.
This is sick, dude.
Ooh,
Yo, what a good color.
it's a really nice game. It's tough basing because you kind of have a lot of contrast inbuilt. You know, you have the emerald, kind of darker green. You have the bright bronze, copper, and you have the kind of khaki, earthy tones. So you're hitting kind of 3 different kind of contrasting points already.
Yeah. You almost have to go with a really dark or really light. Like you almost have to go like snow or like a dark gravel, in my opinion. Something very like plain. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, you could like
Some
do a super
artsy term.
desaturated,
Sure.
like a gray, which I know nobody wants to hear. You
Yeah.
know, people call
You
it
just don't want to take away from the models, you know?
Lindsay?
Like, yeah, so I love the bronze. Like, I just
Right?
love the
Right.
bronze look. But yeah, I could see something like a gray, like a gray gravel, kind of almost like a cobblestone type thing, but not quite a cobblestone, but like giving off that same feel with maybe little like tufts here and there.
Ooh,
like
gotta get the
maybe
tufts.
they're walking through like
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like a nightly place, like it's almost like a cobblestone, like an
overgrown
cobble
nightly place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightly with a K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think
This is great. Wow.
you nailed it.
Yeah,
Love the
like my
colors.
Blood Angels have like this brass as well, and it's so
Right.
good.
You actually kind of see the proof of concept because the bases are already gray,
Yeah.
and it actually does pop. This is a really cool game. I wish everyone could see it. Join the Discord.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Don't scroll up too much. It's not actually.
And then you
Don't
get
leave
stuck
the
on
flap
wall.
trade.
Don't look at the waffle from Just Jupiter.
Avert your eyes.
Don't get distracted. You even have like the off-white bone color tabards, and I totally agree with that.
I love
It's
that.
really elegant.
Yeah.
Like I would
Yeah.
not have thought of that until I saw. I think
great.
there's models here.
Right.
Right.
And it's like this is beautiful.
Is that
Amazing.
It's hard to get a unique scheme.
like a kit bash, like the leader?
So it is.
It's like on a different stand or something?
It's the Indominus captain. No, he doesn't have
Oh, the shield.
The
Doesn't
shield
have-
hand
he's
isn't
pointing.
there. I think the helmet is different though.
Right?
No, it's just painted in an interesting way.
Yeah.
They painted the visor as bronze, and then the helmet is
Gosh,
green.
that just gives it so much more like contrast and detail. Where like
More
there's
knightly, too.
More knightly. That's true. Oh, it's so cool.
very nice.
What a great idea.
What a nice journey through Discord that was.
But yeah, thank you, Fate Stay Dreamer. Yeah,
the
some
beauty
sort of
card.
like overgrown cobblestone gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the patches are good.
Mm-hmm.
The what are they called?
Tufts.
Tufts. The tufts will help break it up.
So Army Painter, so Gamer Grass, it's only like one size,
yeah.
but Army Painter makes like multiple sizes.
Of tufts.
Of
I
tufts.
like that.
So,
Yeah, you don't want
the
like an
packs.
awkward size.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like you can cut your own tufts and everything, but
Yeah.
Army Painter has like 3 different sizes in all their tuft packets. They have like 3 different sizes. They have like a small one, and I'm thinking like small ones for these babies.
Yeah, you don't want to take
Yeah,
away.
no, it's
Yeah.
just a little bit. Just break it up a bit.
You may even want to mow it.
Oh, what? People
Yes.
do that?
Yeah, people mow the tufts.
What?
With little
Look, mow your tufts,
mowers.
guys.
Okay, now we're getting off topic.
Hashtag know your tufts.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, thank you, Fates Day. This next one is from Chris Wilson. Thank you, Chris.
Chris.
And Chris asks, rules question. KOS with Soul Stealer versus Fight on Death unit. Does the KOS heal before they fight back?
Right.
Still new and timing is weird. Thank you.
Good question.
What is this? Is this
So this is Keeper of Secrets with the
Okay.
Soul Stealer enhancement, which is heal after you kill things. I think it's after they fight.
I think it is too. At least that's how we played it, I think.
You think which thing?
After they fought, if they kill a model, they heal? Is that right? No.
Yeah. I think you don't heal before because so you're fighting, you hit, you wound, you damage, they die.
Yes.
They need to then resolve the dying effects before you're done fighting, I believe.
Oh, fight on death. Oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't even register the
Yeah.
fight on death. I
No
thought
worries.
it was like activation. Yes. So I think fight on death is like immediately after the resolution. And so they would fight before you heal.
That is.
Is that what you're going
That's
with?
what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll double check the wording real quick. But unfortunately, yeah, no, you are vulnerable for a second there, I believe. Chouse Demons, Demonic Incursion, Enhancements, Soul Stealer. Slash Legiones Demonica model only. Each time the bearer destroys an enemy model. Oh, no. Oh. Each time the bearer destroys an enemy model with a melee attack, roll 1d6. Add 1 to the result. If the bearer is within your army's Shadow of Chaos, on a 4+, the bearer regains 1 lost wound. Okay. So they're simultaneous.
And
I
it's
believe.
your turn. Well, it depends, but yeah.
There's definitely a rule in the core rules that says who goes first when it's simultaneous. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? Because it is as soon as they're destroyed.
Yeah.
And they also fight on death as soon as they're destroyed. So you need to find that ruling.
In the main codex.
Yes.
Or the main rule book.
Exactly.
I think it's whoever turn it is
Yeah.
has priority always. I don't know.
Oh, it might not even be here. It might be in the commentary.
Ugh.
Let's check real quick. Like
Chad,
targets.
if you have a page number,
Yeah.
you guys know, could help a lot. It's a good question. It's like something that where like if it actually mattered, you really should look it up.
Yep. And like if you're playing this unit, you probably want to just be
Know
ready.
ahead of time.
It's just, okay, here we go. Sequencing. While playing Warhammer 40,000, you'll occasionally find that 2 or more rules are to be resolved at the same time. If this occurs during the battle, the player whose turn it is chooses the order. Cool. So, yeah, it's a good turn. Whose turn it is.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Chris, sometimes.
Exactly.
If it's your turn, if you're the one charging and fighting, then you get to heal first. If it's an ongoing activation or if you got charged, then and it's their turn, they will go.
Oh, that's super wacky, too.
Yeah.
Because if it's their turn, it's ongoing, you get to fight first, but
Oh,
then
no,
you
yeah.
don't get to heal
so
first.
it definitely comes up.
For sure.
Look, just charge and kill the unit right off the bat.
Yeah.
Don't not kill something. And don't get charged.
Good question, Chris.
Thank you, thank you. This next one is from Argyraspides.
Naturally.
Oh, that was good.
Argyraspides.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Argyraspides. How do you guys feel about Custodes in general? Best in melee, but I think they are relatively balanced.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, this is an interesting question, and it's going to vary depending on where you are. I think Aspects Tactics did a video this week on rating like the top armies. I think he might have did top 10, and Custodes were way up there.
Yeah.
And I think you're right to say best melee faction, at least dominating the melee space.
Yeah.
So if you go against another melee army, you're probably a shoo-in to win. And I think the indexes have been thought out enough, balanced enough, played enough to where I think they're balanced. I think Custodes are balanced in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
They're definitely not like totally out of line, but they're also like not bad either. Yeah.
They're very strong. I think there's a couple matchups that will be tough, like shooting matchups.
Yes.
I think Eldar played well. I think Imperial Knights played well. Those are the main ones. I think GSC will actually, well, GSC could maybe outscore them, but they actually will struggle to kill them because of the -1 damage.
That's right.
Again, curious to see Saturday with Bridger because he's really hot on the Caladius right now, which is a great cheap tank that gives them something that this army doesn't normally have. Shooting. So again, I'm really curious. He thinks that 2, I think, is basically a shoo-in to every list, which is shocking to think about.
He does the big guns?
Big guns. Basically, I think he drops the Land Raider for them.
That's probably right.
You know? And maybe that shores up their weaknesses and really takes them to the next level. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen people.
Scary.
Really seen.
Scary.
Yeah. I don't think they will absolutely bully some armies.
Yes. They'll have some matchups where they'll totally smash like World Eaters that like there's not even a game.
Yeah.
And then there's other games where like they're just not allowed to do anything. Like Eldari will never get charged. If the Eldari player is playing correctly, the Custodes will never charge them. It's they'll be unchargeable and they'll just get shot the whole time on the way there. Yeah.
Good question.
Good question.
Yeah, thank you. Well, this next one is from Alex E. Thank you, Alex. I don't know what new army to make for 10th.
Okay.
Thoughts on this CSM cult list? 3 Dark Commune, 1 Mop, 40 Gun Cultists, 48 Accursed Cultists,
See? It's happening.
3 Las Preds, 2 Auto/Bolter Preds, 10 Possessed.
Whoa.
What mark for Accursed?
Oh.
Wow, you really get a lot of stuff when
Yeah.
you don't take Terminators.
So true. Okay.
What mark for Accursed? What are you trying to achieve with Accursed Cultist?
That's a good question.
I haven't like seen them in action yet. I flipped through a video. That's my knowledge on Accursed Cultist.
So
Now the 4. Well, wait, they don't even have Abaddon. Huh?
yeah, that'd be my one critique. Is I would love to see Abaddon in this list. Yes, he's expansive, but he's also real good. Wait, this is 5 Predators? 3
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh, I would probably maybe drop a couple of those for Abaddon, maybe. Because the 4-pin Vuln is just like everything. It takes them to the next level. And it feels like this list is about Accursed Cultists and Predators. And I think you just want to, you're going to get a lot from that investment.
Yeah, it's been a lot of wounds that are hard to shift.
Right. Now, a cursed cultist at the baseline are meant to stand on a point and survive. The big ones, the biggins, are quite killy in melee. And you can choose to throttle that, or you can throttle their durability. So if you're Nurgle, gives you access to the can't be shot beyond 12.
Boom.
You do have a possessed squad that's going to be kind of vying for that slot. Although actually, you're probably not going to make the possessed. You'll probably make the possessed Slanesh for advance and charge.
Yeah.
Come to think of it. So I think Nurgle isn't a bad thing to think about.
Undivided, you get full rerolls.
It's nice.
Slanesh is advance and charge. So those are the main ones.
Yeah, I think it's between those.
I would say if you are going Slanesh possessed and not undivided, something should be undivided. Like, that's such a great strat that if you're not using it in your list, you should be.
That's a great point. Yeah.
So maybe the answer is a little bit of everything, you know? So you have these options, and they all have their roles. So, and it's a lot of a cursed cultist, right? So what is that, 4 squads?
Depends how big they are.
Yeah.
I think it's
Is it 12?
It's 2 or 3 squads.
Okay.
I forget what max. Max is like 40 or 60. This might be almost max or max.
So like the squad that moves up in stages can be your undivided squad. The squad that goes out and gets that objective on the flank can be your Nurgle squad, and I don't know, and then the rest you can do with what you will.
Man, we gotta get some cursed cultists. It's happening.
Yeah, like it.
This is
Alex is on a different level. He has 48 ready to go. We have not enough.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. This next one is from JW Fackler.
Hey.
Thank you, JW. Out of the game for a long time.
Welcome back.
All I have left are old Daemon Hunter era Grey Knight pewter models. 10 Armies/20 Marines. Worth starting over with? If so, what should I add on?
I mean, they're pretty cool.
I mean, that's amazing. That's why not? Why not play with those models? You know, and the Grey Knights are elite enough and generic enough, if that,
Right.
to where like you can definitely make use of all of this. You're gonna have a lot of strikes where you probably want more Terminators nowadays, but you're definitely gonna use those 10 Terminators. You probably need a few more models to add to this to make a 2,000 point full list. You need some characters. You need librarians if you want something strong. Drago is also very amazing.
Oh, here goes with Drago again.
I hear good things about Castellan Crow, which is like the newest model for Grey Knights, and then now you're like, now he's leading the older models. He's great. And then those are amazing characters. If you have to get more normal models, get some Terminators. They're good. Amazing. Yeah, I think you don't have very much needed to get started again. It's gonna be great. You're gonna have fun. Grey Knights are such a dynamic army. They're fun to play. They're not the strongest of the strong right now, but that means you can feel good and feel rewarded playing them.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. Very cool.
Welcome back to the game. Can we get some members in chat for JW?
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. So cool to see people come back, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Don't get purgation squads, they suck.
Thank you, JW.
You're looking out. I appreciate that.
Stay away from those guys.
This next one is from Stephen Whittam. Thank you, Stephen. And Stephen asks, thoughts on Marine Smash?
Oh, okay.
J-Cap, J-Chap, J-Lib, 3x10 J Assaults, 3 Brutalis, should be J Brutalis, come on.
Right, what's that?
And keep the J theme throughout the whole name. But anyway, 3 Brutalis, 1 Inceptor, 2x5 H Intercessors. Focus on the mortal wounds on charge, trying to find viable melee for my sharks and
Totally. I love it. Oh man, I love it. The only thing that stands out for me, and it's not the thing that you think I'm gonna say.
All the J's?
I accept your J's. I accept the premise, so I'm good with all that. The heavy intercessors stand out a bit to me. Like, I guess theoretically there's a tough backline, but I'd rather see some infiltrators or scouts sniper scouts to be able to sit in the back line and be unshootable while you just push everything else forward. Like if you reach the heavy intercessors, if the opponent reaches, your heavy intercessors will be a little bit tougher, but not that much tougher. So if I was going to critique something, that's what I would critique.
And I think you can get away with it too, because heavy intercessors, you're paying a premium for durability. If they're worrying about all these J's, then they're distracted. It's a distraction shark.
They're just catching J's left.
They're catching J's, man. All they can see is J's, and they're not gonna worry about shooting heavy intercessors.
Yeah.
Have something cheaper on.
That's gonna be super fun. Let us know how it goes.
It's very aggressive.
Bridger would love this list.
Thank you, Stephen. This next one is from Mamosig.
Hey.
Thank you, Mamosig. Pace bin list building at 10:03 p.m. Castellan or Crusader? Or more big knights? Castellan or Crusader?
Oh man.
Or more big knights?
Crusader. Just fly up.
This is 10:03. Okay.
10:03. Most likely are 10:03.
Sig Bexy in Discord.
Sounds right.
Yep. It's a Knight Crusader.
Okay.
So that's the one with the Gatling and the cannon.
Yep.
Battle cannon. Has unyielding Paragon enhancement. I forget what that is. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Warglaives.
Okay.
Amazing. Those are the Thermal Spears and Reaper Chain Cleaver.
Amazing.
1 Porphyrion.
Oh,
what? 0-200 here. And then, of course, very thought out Exaction Squad allied in, just to hold some points.
I guess the Porphyrion is cheaper than I thought. This is for a 2K list?
A Porphyrion is 745.
And they have extra points.
And they have extra points for some Exaction. Exaction is 35. It's such a steal.
That is a steal. That's the Arbites, right? Arbites?
Yeah, that's the Arbites. Yeah.
Gotta build those.
Arbites.
Oh my gosh.
That's a shocking amount of Warglaives, right? For a huge knight and
stuff.
1 Questoris.
Right?
What is unyielding?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Bro.
I stick by Crusader. The Castellan is a lot. It's okay. The Crusader is great. And it has the Bondsman ability. I remember being compelling. Let me pull that up real quick. We're just going to do a little phone time real quick.
Phone time.
Phone time.
Gosh. Where is...
Crusader. How many Crusaders are
If
there?
I search up...
Yeah, it should work in theory.
Unyielding Paragon. Oh, wow. App's actually good.
Okay, yeah, his Bondsman ability is +1 hit for the Crusader.
Oof. Yeah, unyielding Paragon is extra... it has a... What's it called? Reduce AP by 1, so it's more durable.
Oh,
that's super great.
That's amazing. I love it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a question between Castellan, Crusader, or another big knight, no, Crusader is the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about the Porphyrion, but
yeah,
that's okay. I mean, you have a lot of other things going on.
Yeah.
And it's going to be sitting in the back, I assume, so it's fairly safe with those huge twin Magna las cannons. Jeez, and just auto cannons just to make sure it's dead.
I have not fought a Porphyrion since 8th edition.
Yeah.
When I played Mortarion and it was against Jeff's Porphyrion.
I think
this was a league game.
Oh!
This is a league game.
I think I played against that same list in a RTT against him too.
Yeah.
And I remember just thinking like, all right, if my Ravagers can't one-shot this knight, I'm dead. And I died.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Oh, thank you, Mamosig.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. This next one is from Soul Seeper.
Hey.
Thank you, Soul Seeper. Hey, Titans. I have a friend with his firstborn Blood Angels and wondered if you had any tips of what he should take for a 1K firstborn army list. He has basically everything firstborn. For
Nice.
ball.
I'm loving all the Blood Angel and Firstborn support tonight. This is
And
cool.
like, yeah, right. There's a lot of Blood Angel firstborns, and that makes sense. Like, I feel like if you're in the Blood Angel army for a while, like if you played at least 3 editions with Blood Angels, you have a lot of firstborn because they used to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And the Assault Marines with Jump Pack used to be troops.
Oh, wow, that's right.
It's so good, and you would bring.
God.
So yeah, that's why I have 30 Assault Marines. That is a good question. So, I'll tell you what is technically firstborn, and maybe they have Stern Guard. If you have Stern Guard, are they not? Well, they're. But they. I mean, they were firstborn.
They Primarisified them, and then there's no Firstborn version.
Can you not use those anymore? Are they like you can't use the old models? Okay.
You could argue that they're not Primaris, technically. I guess you could.
Because if you have every firstborn model and they were firstborn.
Since there's no, I'm choosing my words very carefully here. Since there's no Firstborn version anymore, technically, you could play them using the Firstborn models, and it would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, is that means Death Company are on the table?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. So. Okay, if you can't have cool Stern Guard, then you definitely want a lot of Death Company. They are huge, huge winners for Blood Angels. You want big blocks if you can, and you want a lot of them. They're really good. You want a chaplain to lead every squad, preferably Lamarties and Mephiston. No, not Mephiston. And Asterath. Really, really good. What else? You want a Librarian Dread, which is really awesome. They have a redeploy, really awesome. That means you need a shooty unit to teleport.
So good.
So Stern Guard would be amazing. If you don't have Stern Guard,
Oh,
maybe a Dev Squad,
yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
right?
Yeah.
Can you take 8 heavy weapons in a Dev Squad, or is it always caps at 4?
It's just, you get 5 and 4 special.
Okay, pick a few Dev Squads. Maybe
Squad's
with
good.
some grav, you know?
I would like to fully rescind my Stern Guard comment because I'm fully on board actually. Because thinking about like they have the models which are like definitively Firstborn.
Yeah.
So it's less that they're like opposed to Primaris than it is like they just have these models.
Yeah.
So I am 100% on board.
They have the most veteran of Stern Guard.
Yeah, exactly. They've seen some things.
They've seen edition after edition. And I think like for 1K, that's like your bread and butter. Death Company, Librarian Dread with a shooting unit that it teleports every turn. Really, really awesome. Clutch characters like Lamarties and Asterath leading the charge for your Death Company is where you want to be. It's going to be very Blood Angel-y. It's going to be great. You can also just shoe in a vehicle because you have no vehicles. A Predator of Baal is also very good.
For ball.
Yes, Flamers are really good this edition. So Flaming Overwatch, amazing.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Gonna pause the super chats real quick just to thank Liberty Fires for gifting a membership. Thank you so much.
Liberty
Just kinda
Fires.
dropped in.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
In the mists of the night. The Liberty Fire.
Gifting a membership is a great way to support the channel. It obviously sends money our way, and also lets someone try the premium membership, see if they like it, and if they like it, they can stick around. So, highly encourage gifted memberships. If you want to support the channel, we hugely appreciate it, and thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been quite quiet on the membership front tonight, other than Toilet Sevens, Toilet Dice.
Toilet Dice.
Toilet Dice.
Yeah, Toilet Dice, and then
Rookie
we
numbers.
had we had 5 from Nerds for Life. Yeah.
Nerds for Life.
But yeah, so MD Payne got the membership from Liberty Fires, and MD Payne's been pretty active in chat all night. So
That's
hey,
awesome.
pretty awesome,
That's so
right?
welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Check out Tuesday.
Yes. So thank you, Soul Seeper, and thank you, Liberty Fires. This next and potentially last question is from Cyrix. Thank you, Cyrix.
Here we go.
Say, I'm looking at building 1,000 Suns army with Magnus, Ahriman on disc, and Kairos. 16 rubrics, 9 Zangors, 1 Exalted Sorcerer on disc, 8 Scarab Terminators, 10 Pink Horrors, and the Changeling.
Dang.
Decent.
That's cool.
Dang.
Oh, I love
That
Kairos.
is very, very dope. I love that you're getting some demons in there, some allied demons. And I think it's a very cool idea. I've definitely played around with Kairos. The thing is, he has the Vect, which is amazing for you, but you don't have access to the stratagems for this other thing.
Yeah.
So it's like an amazing, like you almost have two Magnuses with Kairos. Like they almost have the exact same weapon profiles. One can shoot out of line of sight, the other can't. Well, no, they both can.
Kairos is out of line of sight.
That's literally the same. They're both the same.
He doesn't have dev wounds, which is important.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. But they're both real. That's like oppressive now. That's like a lot of indirect with a lot of damage, a lot of AP. That's so good. It's not like, it's hard to say that it's efficient, but like it's strong. So I don't know. You also have to let me know if this is working for you. But I like the rubrics. The numbers are weird here, right? Like why 16 rubrics?
Yeah.
Like
you're still paying for.
You're paying for if you go over 5, you're paying for 10. So you might be restricted here by models, in which I would say don't pay the tax for the extra 1. And the same thing with the Scarab Terminators. If you're going to pay for 8, maybe just take 5. Maybe not so much that one, because Scarab Terminators are actually like a backbone in your army.
Right.
You want them for like all the damage multiplying things that Magnus gives. I think it's good. The T-Suns is very elite and they're very slow. So having things like Zeech things, horrors to hold objectives, the what is the Changeling to also, what does the Changeling do?
He is awesome. So let me
oh, is this the one where like you have to roll a battle shock?
Yeah. And he's lone operative. He deep strikes. He flames.
Okay.
He's just amazing.
Yeah. So now you have a lone operative doing lone operative things where you would usually not have any. I love it. I think it's good. I think it's very good. I would focus on, instead of taking horrors, you have static things already that can stand on objectives. Maybe go for flamers.
Yeah.
That are a little faster. They kind of almost play like an enlightened Zangor role, where they're fast, they can deep strike, they can take out little infantry.
You can get 2 units of 3 flamers for the 10 horrors.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. That plays secondaries really well.
Rubrics, consider taking the teleport enhancement for a squad of like 5 flamers, rubrics. And then you don't have a Vortex Beast. I can't imagine a Thousand Sun list without it, but if you have Kairos, that's a lot of big monsters and a lot of big monster tax. So that's a lot of points in just like those big things. So I don't know where you would find the points, but Vortex Beasts are very, very good. But I think you have quite the decent list here. Kairos and Magnus is a tough gatekeeper for a lot of armies. Yeah. It's just going to nuke like things every turn. Things like Marines, it's going to be hard for it to play against. So I think it's a good list. I want to try this out now. A rendition of it.
I love it.
It's a good list. It is decent, to answer your question.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you. We had another question come in. This one is from Terrence Watkins.
What up, Terrence?
Thank you, Terrence. Terrence asks, just went against guard. Indirect seems too much. How do we fix indirect? Never hit better than 4s?
A lot. It's a lot. And you can see how it can get out of hand easily with both of our armies, frankly. Desolation Marines. They only didn't get to just destroy everything because you killed them.
Yeah.
But you can also see how quickly things like Basilisks even can get out of hand.
Gosh.
But you have to be careful, right, with these nerfs.
Yeah, it's like GW has decided in this index that this is the identity of the guard.
Right.
Right, like you shoot indirect. Half your strats have to do with indirect and help indirect. Your best units are indirect. Very little things outside of it are good and are viable. So it's like it's like a tough balance.
That's a really hard one to walk back.
Yes.
Because it's the entire army right now. When they do other detachments, they could be fine. And if they nerf indirect, then this one will be fine. But right now, like the whole identity of guard indirect is to be hitting on like 2s with rerolls. So you take
Standing
that away,
still with
Right.
lethal hits.
they'll lose all of their abilities and identity and strats.
Yeah.
It's a tough balance.
Yeah, it might just be that people have to be ready for these types of lists.
Yeah.
People being like lists that can play very cagey and have decent saves and cover and can tie up these indirect things eventually. Big anvil units like those Terminators that we saw.
Yeah, that was
very,
the
very
solution
good.
today, right?
Deep striking.
Lone operative.
Lone operative. Whew,
Yeah.
are huge. And guard aren't without bad matchups. They have very, very bad matchups. Like a lot of lone operative things. If they play against Eldar, there's a ton of lone operative. So it's kind of already bounced already. You might have a faction that is just really bad against guard. It's a weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird
and
balance.
there are tough matchups for people against guard too, but I don't think we've seen the last of the indirect like discussion.
Yes.
community.
Yeah. Totally.
Thanks, Terrence. Appreciate it.
Good concern. Coolness.
Lindsay was doing the thing where she was looking at ghosts. It's very disturbing. I don't like it.
Dude, like when your cat just like
Yeah,
kind of just
that's
like
what she
sees-
does. She just like stares, and you're like, "Are we okay? Are we safe?"
I don't know. We'll find out one day, maybe. But that's it.
Amazing. Thank you all
Last
so much for hanging out,
question.
supporting us. Greatly
Yes.
appreciate it as always. This was fun. Good chat. The game is maturing is too strong of a word, but it's
growing up.
blossoming. We're seeing the first events. We're seeing Tacoma this weekend. Lone Star next weekend. It's gonna be a ton of fun. So we're all excited to see what happens and what develops from this. Of course, lots of stuff coming up on the channel.
Saturday,
Saturday.
we got Custodes versus T-Sons. I'm playing my awesome T-Sons, speaking of which, and then Bridger's playing his Custodes. 2 armies that we usually play outside of the studio or outside of stream, so we're excited to show you guys what we've been playing, and it's going to be fun. Tuesday, we have our factions decided and voted on already, but stay tuned for the Discord vote or the poll. We're going to decide maybe some missions that we're playing. It's going to be very, very fun.
Yeah, and we're going to be using the new GW style of terrain. So if you want to see that, members have already seen it. They're going to get another glimpse of that. So tune in for that. And we'll also be revealing a brand new army set on Tuesday.
Woo.
It's going to be cool. On that, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll catch you next time on the tabletop.
Bye.
Bye.